Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. And we begin with a fast-moving, high-stakes, deep space fist bump. Yesterday, the unmanned spacecraft OSIRIS-REx reached out and touched the asteroid Bennu as it hurtled through space at 63,000 miles an hour. The objective? To collect and carry a pristine sample of space rock back to Earth. NASA maneuvered the craft right next to the asteroid, then used an 11-foot robotic arm to grab a few pounds of loose rubble and dirt. It's still early, but as of this recording, it's mission accomplished. Bennu is a half-mile wide and about 200 million miles away. It took 2 years for OSIRIS to reach it, 2 years for NASA to find the perfect place for this touch-and-go mission, and it'll take almost 3 years to bring its space souvenirs back. Why all the fuss? The rock is believed to be 4.5 billion years old, a celestial time capsule that might hold the keys to the origins of our solar system. Tomorrow night's debate between President Trump and challenger Joe Biden is shaping up to be a kinder, gentler affair. The commission in charge of the event announced a big rule change late Tuesday, specifically that the moderator will mute the mics at the top of every segment to allow each candidate 2 minutes of uninterrupted talk time. After that, all bets are off, as the audio will stay open for 9 minutes of open discussion per subject. Both campaigns have agreed to the change. This will be the last in-person face-off before the election. All major networks and platforms are scheduled to carry it starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. COVID researchers around the world are tipping their hats to a tenacious 14-year-old. Anika Shabrolu of Frisco, Texas, just won the 3M Young Scientist Challenge for using computers to identify a lead molecule that can bind to the spiky protein of the virus. Anika's path to the prize was far from straight or easy. The 9th grader's original goal was to tackle the flu, but when she saw the toll COVID was taking, she changed her focus. Anika plans to keep working on her discovery, but she's also busy with her new nonprofit called Academy Aid, which helps other young students with STEM research. Everybody's go-to search engine is in hot water this morning, mostly because it is everybody's go-to search engine. The U.S. Justice Department announced a massive lawsuit against Google, saying it used its online dominance to squeeze out competitors and hurt consumers. It could be the first of many such antitrust actions. According to CBS News, Apple, Amazon, and Facebook have been investigated before and may be in the crosshairs again. It's a long-awaited milestone for the travel industry. This past Sunday, the TSA screened 1 million daily passengers for the first time since the pandemic began in March. Industry watchers say it's a hopeful sign, but point out that those flying are not business travelers. Work from home is still the rule, and that part of the market remains grounded. Anyone flying these days is probably taking advantage of low fares to see friends and family, a development that might be short-lived if coronavirus cases continue to rise. In other KidNuz notes, proof that the human body remains a bit of a mystery. New research from the Netherlands suggests that we don't have 3 pair of salivary glands in our head, but 4, with the mystery twosome found tucked between our nose and throat. According to the New York Times, if confirmed, it would be the first new organ documented in 300 years. An American car has just set a record for world's fastest mass-produced road vehicle. SSC's Tuatara, which has butterfly doors and a fighter jet design, hit an average top speed of 316 miles an hour on a closed road outside of Las Vegas. It unseats French car maker Bugatti, which hit 304 last year. And while Cody Bellinger of the Dodgers is in the lineup for the World Series, it's safe to say he won't be doing any forearm bashing anytime soon. If you watched Sunday night's game, you saw him wince in pain after a leaping celebratory bump with Kike Hernandez. It was no mere bruise. Bellinger dislocated his shoulder and he had to have it popped back in between innings. That's it for KidNuz this morning. Now our KidNuz quiz. A NASA spacecraft touched which asteroid yesterday? Bennu, which is 200 million miles from Earth. What's the new rule for tomorrow's presidential debate? Mics will be muted, so each candidate gets 2 uninterrupted minutes per segment. TSA agents screened how many air travelers last Sunday? 1 million, the most since the pandemic began. What speed did a mass-produced American car reach? 316 miles an hour, a new world record. In One for the Road, a Gargantuan gourd from the self-proclaimed Halloween capital of the world has weighed in as North America's heaviest. Travis Ginger found the perfect soil to grow his prize-winning pumpkin in Anoka, Minnesota. The result, a 2,350-pound striped behemoth he named Tiger King. It was no easy feat. He had to plant a seed from another giant, fertilize it every day, bury the vine, and give it enough water to keep up with a waistline that expanded as much as 53 pounds a day. The second half of the adventure, strapping it down and gingerly driving it 2,000 miles to the contest in Half Moon Bay, California, where the plump pumpkin tipped the scales, earned Ginger $16,450, and cemented honored guest status at Anoka's 100th Halloween celebration. Before we go, we salute Mrs. Conroy and her students at Highland Academy in Jacksonville, Alabama, and Mr. Hutchings and his class at Templeton in Meadows, Newfoundland, Canada. And our birthday wishes today go to Jordan in Van Wert, Ohio, Rachel in Prattville, Alabama, Zoe in Katy, Texas, to Missouri for Ava in Parkville and Nora in Kirkwood, Charlie in Wayland, Massachusetts, Adam in Frankfurt, Germany, and to California for Samantha in Portola Valley, Avery in Menlo Park, Mabel in Berkeley, and Sophie and Grace in South Pasadena. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll see you back here for more Kid News tomorrow morning.